This is Horsted Keyes Railway Station, deep in the heart of Sussex on the Bluebell line, Britain's first preserved steam railway. The station buildings and advertising signs are just as they've been in days gone by. It's a very attractive station, especially on a beautiful day like this, with its palm trees in the middle of the platforms. The milk churns add a nostalgic touch. During this gala weekend, no less than 4 Bulleid Pacifics will be operating, 3 West Country class and 1 Battle of Britain class. Regretfully, there's an annoying fut machine close by, spoiling the shot of the first of the Pacifics. Aptly named OVS Bulleid, the engine's designer. Another just arriving is the rebuilt Eddystone. Doing some good things, strangely enough. And here we see one of the Pacifics, OVS Bulleid, in the glories of its green Southern Railway and curious numbering, backing onto its train. Oliver Bulleid had some very radical ideas about steam engine design, and these engines, with their air-smooth casings, as he liked to call them, were very successful. It's actually the Bluebell Railway's own Blackmore Vale, but it's been renamed especially for this gala weekend in honour of Mr. Bulleid, its designer. Wow! Don't push me that way. Here. Out in the country we see a Bulleid at speed coming in to Horsted Keyes. This is the unrebuilt Pacific Wadebridge. And it's pulling a rake of typical Southern Railway coaches that has at the end the most beautiful 1920s, 1930s coach from the LNER, a teak-lined cholesterol coach. Absolutely beautiful to see these coaches running. Meanwhile, back at the station, there's great activity. A little Terrier tank engine is giving rides to mainly children by putting a goods guards wagon up and down the line. It goes up to the bridge in the distance, then reverses, and with a toot comes chubbing back. This is very popular and goes on nearly all day. The children love it. Meanwhile, from the northern end of the line, another Pacific is coming into the station, running backwards. And this is the Battle of Britain class 92 Squadron. the guard gets in our way. What a nuisance bird. Here we get a chance to see the close-up of this engine. Very attractive. There is its name, Battle of Britain class, and the Squadron's emblem. We've got a good view of the wheel arrangements for another interested party, and also some of the beautiful coaches. These are the Pullman coaches that are in service today. This one, Christine emblem, and on the top you can see the golden arrow used on the famous train from London through to Paris, called the Golden Arrow as far as Calais, and then it changed to Flèche d'Or. Meanwhile, out in the country, a group of photographers wait very patiently, looking one way, whilst a train quietly creeps up from their rear. This is the Bluebell Railway's own U-Class 260 loco, looking resplendent in its southern livery. Pulling yet another Pullman coach. But the photographers are soon rewarded. With the exhaust beat that typifies the three-cylinder engine. This is Eddystone again, this time on passenger duty. From a more elevated vantage point now, we see a double-headed train coming in with OVS Bulleid leading, although going backwards. Accompanied by Wadebridge. Two powerful engines gently make their way into the station with a rake of southern region coaches. And then the U-Class 260 accelerates purposefully away in the northerly direction. Apart from being very attractive engines, these were equally at home on passenger duty as well as freight duty. Not to be outdone by its larger brother. You can just hear the little terrier, there it is, coming into the picture. Smoke pouring from its chimney with its guards band. And then again coming in from the north is another visiting engine, a large tank engine, to be greeted by the terrier again. This tank engine is carrying or hauling some beautifully restored coaches. Meanwhile, Brighton Works dashes back to the station. What a busy day he's having. At the southern end of the railway, Sheffield Park, Eddystone waits patiently. Here we see a very good view of the front bogies, the name and the class designation, the driving wheels and all the cranks and conrods. And Eddystone is waiting for number 92 Squadron, the Battle of Britain class engine, which is going to link up to the front of Eddystone and double-head a train back along the line. It takes a bit of skill to gently manoeuvre over 100 tons like this. There's no time to relax. Another Pacific comes along. This time OVS Bulleid. On gala days you haven't much time. And they're off in clouds of steam and smoke and noise. The two engines set off on the way to Horsted Keyes, where of course the tank engine Terrier Brighton Works is still hard at work, giving kids the ride of their life and some of the parents as well. Back at the station, hiding behind the station sign, is a beautiful coach, formerly of the Brighton Belle train. It's been restored to its normal glory or former glory and looks absolutely lovely inside. I can tell them I've been on the Golden Arrow then. There's one of the staff of the Bluebell line. More beautiful marquetry, mirrors.
It used to be the 10 o'clock out for a walk.
But meanwhile the gala goes on, and here's the U-Class coming in again with its, this time pulling the rake of beautifully restored coaches. There's never a dull moment. Trains are running all the time, pulling different sets of coaches, sometimes going forward, sometimes going backwards. They are a great credit to the Bluebell Railway, who pride themselves on their selection of restored carriages. There's a double-headed train again, Eddystone and Wadebridge together this time. And after a toot from both engines, slowly gather speed and make their way out of Horsted Keyes. These engines initially were very good, but they found that the air smoothing casing prevented maintenance, and so many of them were rebuilt. Now here's this large tank engine coming out again. This time it's pulling the rake of coaches. Great pride and joy of the Bluebell Railway. The last coach on this train is an observation coach. Lots of glass windows, especially at the back. And there you can see the windows, people sitting in there looking where they've been. Out in the country again, OVS Bulleid coming backwards, sets off on the long run down to Sheffield Park. And then another one bursts into view. This is 92 Squadron again, the Battle of Britain class engine, running into Horsted Keyes with two of the beautiful Pullman coaches. These coaches used to make up famous trains such as the Golden Arrow and the Brighton Belle and others. Meanwhile, Wadebridge comes into the station. As per usual, all sorts of people in the way. And gives us a chance to have a close look. Engine driver and his fireman relax for a few minutes, and of course must have a cup of tea. Wadebridge with its emblem, the front of the engine, the distinctive style, and then suddenly the safety valves lift, everybody's backing off with the sound of this steam roaring up into the blue sky, looking very spectacular. And then just as suddenly it stops. And Wadebridge and its train makes a majestic way out of the station. We look back at Horsted Keynes in this shot on a beautiful day as the Bulleid Pacific in its original form sets off with the train and perfectly recaptures the days when steam ruled. The Southern had its distinctive method of indicating which train was which by having white discs placed in various positions on the front of the engine. And we say goodbye to Wadebridge for the last time, after enjoying its company and its performance. With a farewell toot, disappears with its train up to the northern end of the line. And so we say farewell to Horsted Keynes and the Bluebell line for the last look at the lovely station and the palm trees and those oh so nostalgic milk cans, now a thing of the past.